Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Pisces, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy will be from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And for the tarot portion of your reading, the Muse Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you. Card came out right away. It corresponds to the number 12 in the major arcana, which is the Hanged Man, which is a Pisces energy as well as Virgo. So Pisces, you showed up in your own reading. And the card is a change in the wind. A change in the wind. I see that kind of weather vane up there. And automatically I think of, directionality, coordinates, kind of any way the wind blows, which of course, anytime I even say that sentence or that phrase, I think of the last line of the song by Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. So that band or that song could mean something to you, but it's this sense here that in a way we're surrendering to something that something is going to reveal itself to the Pisces that will cause you to alter your course. Spirit just said the word capitulate. Recapitulate. I can't really be honest with you to tell you that I know exactly what that word means, even though I've used it. Recapitulate. Maybe the word that I wanted to use was recalibrate, but Spirit said very clearly, capitulate. I don't know why. That one I cannot tell you. Please look it up and maybe it's resonant for you somehow. But what I see in my mind's eye, with the image that Spirit is giving to me, is like a path, and having to alter your course a little bit, so that it's almost like you've been driven off, pushed off the sidewalk, and Spirit wants you to get back on the sidewalk, get back onto the path, where you're not having to trudge through tall grasses or awkward landscapes. You get back onto the path and everything is just straight, easy, flowing, made for you. Because maybe you've been meeting some like resistance, and it's almost like, thank you, Spirit. It's almost like you've asked Spirit to change your path. Like whispered to the wind, lead me somewhere that's meant for me. The number 12 being referenced here with the Hanged Man card talks about needing a different kind of perspective. But I feel like you know this. I feel like you're asking for a different perspective. It's not that it's being thrust upon you. You're asking for this different perspective. Let's pull some tarot. There's no past, present, future for this reading. It's just, I'm just going to pull some cards to get a general temperature of what's happening for the Pisces collective. I am not taking any reversals, only uprights in this reading. Okay. So 2 of these cards actually showed up in the Cancer reading, and I did shuffle very thoroughly, so it could be a water sign thing. But we're going to start with it. From the number 12 to the number 13, the Death card. This is a major arcana representing Scorpio. Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. But the Death card talks about endings bringing new beginnings, that there's some cycle that needs to come to an end. It's been repeated so many times, but we finally got it. We finally learned our lesson, which, you know, maybe that's why you were pushed off the path, because you had to go figure some stuff out before you could proceed forward, right? And so Spirit is kind of showing me with this moth emanating kind of from the depths here. It's like the underworld, the shadow energies kind of emanating out and into this brighter space of consciousness. If Spirit just said mastery, you've untangled yourself. There's all these cobwebs here. You've untangled yourself. You know what's crazy? I never thought of it like this before. I'm just now seeing it. You see all these little red dots? They look like pins, like a physical pin, or when you pin a location, right? And we were talking about location, directionality, pinpointing. It also reminds me of these people that make hand-make lace. Sorry. Your spirit guides just came in very high pitched, very loud, almost like weirdly uncomfortable. There's something to that, like sometimes I see these videos, sorry if I'm making like a face, but it's slightly uncomfortable. I watch these lace, I don't know what you call these people, but they work with these like wooden dowels that make noises. And it's attached to string, and they shift all of these dowels around, and it's like threading lace. It's such a laborious process, and it's such a specified, it's such a specific skill set. But every time they finish a design, they put a pin. They put a pin in it. So you see these like massive amounts of pins, like hundreds and hundreds of pins sticking out, you know, as they're weaving this lace. And so I'm seeing that here. All of you've put a pin in all of these places. It's almost like you're setting things up. You're placing things in very specific positions to set you up for later success. So maybe you're making plans or certain investments to set you up later on down the road. But now something has like kind of come to fruition or come to an end, and it's like you want to like pull all those pins up. You don't need them to be a placeholder anymore, because you're moving forward now, or something has been completed. And with that completion, the Six of Inspiration, or the Six of Wands, this is a card of victory, rewards, awards, public recognition, public accolades, fame and fortune, attention. It's beautiful. It puts you front and center. Front and center. It's almost like you took all those little pins and now you created a different design. And you're like kind of standing in the middle, and it's like, look at all of the work that I put into this, and I'm so proud of it. And being recognized for it, Pisces. Being front and center. And being heralded. It's like on high, like being recognized, being like people clapping, people rejoicing, recognizing you. It's really beautiful energy, but it was not without its lessons. I want to clarify, what are we celebrating here? What are we recognizing here? Ace of Materials. It's almost like Spirit gave you some very, and look at this, right? Spirit gave you some very tangible opportunities, and you took them and ran with them. You didn't wait on the sidelines for some kind of cue. You just said, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to capitalize on it, and I'm going to prosper. Aces always bring new from Spirit. Brand new beginning. You took a brand new beginning. It's almost like you knew you wanted to close out a cycle, and so you saw a brand new beginning and you took it all the way. You're taking it all the way. Next card out here, another major arcana, number 5, the Hierophant. Taurus energy. The Hierophant talks about somebody who is a conduit between the spirit world and the earthly realm. So the Hierophant is also known as the Pope of the Tarot. Could be a spiritual figure, a religious figure, leader. Hierophant can also represent rules, regulations, standards, and codes of conduct. There are always, anytime I think of the Hierophant, I always think of this kind of built-in structure to things. That can be a good thing and that can be a bad thing, or a less than good thing. And sometimes too much structure can equal rigidity. Like there's no flexibility. You just have to follow the rules. And why? Because I said so, right? I said that to somebody once at work. I was like, I don't want you to do this, blah, 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 ever again. And they were like, why? I said, because I said so. I just said it just like that. It was very funny in retrospect, but I was like, where did that even come from? Because I said so. I was like mad about something. I was frustrated about something. Because I said so. So we're not trying to kind of evoke that feeling, but there can feel sometimes with a lot of rules and standards and whatever that it's limiting. And I'm bringing that up for a reason, because it's kind of like this character is very raw. And so it's almost like there's this need to just kind of unburden ourselves with the status quo of the unburden ourselves of the status quo, like releasing the status quo so that we can kind of branch out and do something new, do something a little bit more daring, while still having a healthy respect. Right? So if this is, let's say this is like a spiritual teaching or whatever, it's like just pushing the boundaries a little bit of a belief system. You know, and maybe something that you used to believe is changing. Guess what? You're allowed to change your mind. Maybe this has to do with like political beliefs. You used to believe one thing and now you believe another. Guess what? You're allowed to change your mind. Can we talk about the Hierophant a little bit, Spirit? And give me another card to clarify. Thank you. 3 cards came out. Let's see. Oh, okay, big one here. 10 of Voices, 10 of Swords. Pretty brutal. Beautiful and brutal at the same time. Swords energy is air energy. It's the thinking mind. It's the concept, the facts, the figures, right? The truth of things. 10 of Voices is, by the time we reach the 10 in the suit of Voices or Swords, it's like our brain is overloaded with thoughts, is burdened by thoughts, is exhausted, completely and utterly exhausted by thoughts. And it's just overwhelming, right? Look at her expression. When anybody has their hand on their forehead, it's like, I'm done. I'm done. 2 6s jumping out here now as well. 6 of Voices, 6 of Swords. Moving on from choppy waters to calm waters. Crossing a threshold or crossing a barrier that was once very strenuous. Right? Crossing over. And what are we crossing over to? 6 of Materials. This place of equal give and take. Right? This change in the wind could be related to this card. Just stepping away from something chaotic into a space and place that feels productive, it feels positive, beautiful, happy, right? Equal. That's the 6 of Materials. Right? But it's like we're unburdening ourselves at the moment. And the last card here, 3 of Emotions, 3 of Cups. Bringing Soul Tribe around for this change, right? The ones that survived this energy. Thank you, Spirit. The ones that you did not say goodbye to, essentially, right? Because I feel like Pisces has said goodbye to some people. And for good reason. But the ones that were your ride or die, the ones that stuck around, the ones that supported you, stood by your side, these are the people that will celebrate your victory with you, right? They're the ones in the audience cheering for you, as you would cheer for them. There's so much love being exchanged between these energies. You might be spending more time with your friends in this period of change. You could have just, you could have changed jobs and you're going out to celebrate. You could have left a job. Maybe you're not going to something new, but you could have left something old and you're going out to celebrate. Whatever it is, feels like you've got some people in your corner and you're recognizing them for that. Can I have a clarifier on that? What are we celebrating? Can we get some more? Okay. Wow, double 6s and now double 8s. These are some beautiful synchronicities here. But you got the 8 of Voices to start, 8 of Swords. This is the anxiety and analysis paralysis card. Whatever it was that you were deliberating, contemplating, just stressed out about, you have released. It no longer plagues you. And with the 8 of Materials here, 8 of Pentacles, you are now investing in things that feel fruitful, that feel divinely guided. You're putting your attention to those things, not to the anxiety and to the fear of failure, fear of disappointment. You're investing your time and your focus and your energy into something that bears fruit, bears blooms. That's really beautiful, Pisces. I'm going to read from the book now, number 12, A Change in the Wind. This is number 12. A sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and to resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes, yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation, as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. That's your reading, Pisces. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Pisces.